Hey everybody, Scruffed here. Welcome back to Saxlingham and our Let's Play series on the map. We're on to episode 4 now. We're flying through these. Like I've mentioned previously, I'm making these in advance. It is Saturday for me, so you guys are watching this like later on in the week, well, the following week. But we're finally in September, so I've slept. Luckily, it is now gone to like 3 days, so I'm running 3 days. But that first month when I started on the new save, yeah, it was in August, so I had to get everything done. So the first 3 episodes were actually just in that one in-game day. But it's now the next morning. I've done a few tasks, bought a few things. The money has gone down, but for good reason. Basically, I've bought, well, 30, 16, 24, 32. I bought 32,000 litres of lime, and I've used a lot of it just to get 7 and 19 all done. But we're at a good state now for pH. But I have noticed something strange, and I think I've seen a few other people have the same issue with the pH, and I'm getting these little spots. Now, it seems to be only in the wheat field, but also, if you look down at field 3 and 5, oh, it's 2, sorry, you can see I've got them again here. Now, I don't know what these are, but they're not doing anything when we go over them. So, there's some kind of damage happening to the field. And, yeah, I'm a little bit confused by it, because the pH, it's showing me like the pH is almost like there's no data, but also there's like red on the boundary of it, and it's the tiniest spot. And then over here you can see it's like outdated data and then also red. So yeah, very strange, but it is what it is. I don't know. I actually don't know. If anyone knows what that could be, and a way to sort out, does it need to, do I need to probably do some kind of subsoil and ploughing, things like that, to get it back to a good state and then go from there? I'm not sure. Majority of the field's fine, and I've got lime spread in 7 and 19. The task is to do some more lime spreading in 3 and 2, but we're also going to get the ball rolling with ploughing, but I'm going to do it a little bit differently. I want to go down the subsoiler route. I feel like it's going to be a much easier tool to use, and we're going to do the AI worker on that job. That's going to be his task. We're going to do the lime spreading in these 2 fields. But we're also going to do a task before that, which is get some cows. Now that I've got a bit of money behind me, I think it's good to invest in as many cows I can travel with. And I want to save money, so we're going to lease out a trailer. I think it would be better to do that. Just thinking there's a fee, there's a transport fee if you do it the other way, but then I've got to pay a leasing fee to get a trailer. Now, if we get the right one that can hold, a good amount of cows, we can just rear them up and sell them on. We're going to make good profit. That's one thing about the realistic livestock mod. It really does enhance the amount of money you can get returned from doing beef stock, pigs, anything like that, when it's just for solely like meat production in a sense. So it's something we really need to get the ball rolling. And because we got grass in that field, I don't need to worry that I haven't got any silage or hay. But the good thing about it is I have still got field 5 and 6. So if I do need to make some silage bales or even just some hay bales, it's pretty straightforward to do. I haven't got a row or a tedder, but I have got a baler and a mower. So it might be a good idea to just buy a row and then a wrapper. Or do we go tedder, windrow? I don't know. Either way, we can make bales. It's something we can definitely achieve. And we're going to get a lot of money as soon, and it's not too far away. We're in September, December time. We'll get a good increase, a bit of a windfall really, with the amount of money we should get from selling the wheat. If we go to our stock, we can see there 163,000 litres, £120,000 in cash. So we can definitely buy what we need to make the feed for these cows to feed them up. But they are outside. They're not going to be indoor cows. They're going to be fully outdoors because we haven't got an indoor shed for them. But that, with it having the meadow grass, has got a good amount of grass to feed them and tie them over. And they shouldn't, consume too much because of the fact that they're going to be young stock. And I want to sell them at around probably about 12 months, maybe a bit further on from that, depending on how they do, basically, and condition up. Now, like I said, I did buy 32,000 litres of lime. I haven't got loads left. I've got a full trailer, though, so there's more than what it looks like. But what have we got? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, probably about 10,000, and then the full trailer. So we've got a bit, but it looks like I'm going to have to buy some more, and it's definitely expensive. So, yeah. Well, let's go get the animal trailer first. Then we're gonna get the plough sold, and I want to I probably want to lease out a subsoiler because it's not something I'm gonna need often. It's every 3 harvests, I think, when you need to plough the fields up. So if I just use the follow me mod here, and then it can just take me up there and we can get it all done in one hit. Hopefully it should be clear. Come on, put your foot down. Put your foot down, there you go. There we go, happy days. Yeah, so we're going to get an animal trailer to try and get, you know, some cows on the farm. We're going to sell the plough, get the subsoiler going in the 2 fields out of lime, because I want to make sure I've put the pH, I want to make sure I've sorted the pH in the fields, so basically put the lime down before I start turning the soil over. And then, yeah, we can start tackling the next 2 fields after we've got the cows sorted. And that's probably a good aim for this episode. It's a bit, you know, it's more of a realistic aim. I am going to be using workers heavily in this series because there's just some big fields, and where I want to go with the arable side of things, it's a lot of work, you know, to do. Let's say within a maximum of an hour's video. Yes, I do time lapse and everything, but I'm still doing single player, so you know it is a bit of a challenge to say the least. Right, so let's deactivate that, and we want to sell this. So where's the actual trigger for the workshop area? Is it? There we go. Is it this? Must be this. I think it is. There we go. It's that side. So we can close this one. And then we can do a bit of a drive through, can't we? And just sell the plough straight away. I mean, at least it's not too far away to take our equipment when we need to repair, because there is no workshop on the farm. I mean, we could buy one and place one down, but I think with it being so close, there's technically, you know, there's no need. So let's drop that there. Do I need to speak? No, this one. There we go. Right, so the condition is that, I mean, we could repair it. We may as well and repaint it for 84. And then if we sell it, we'll get 37,000. I'm very happy with that. That has boosted our money up because I want to lease out the subsoiler. And there's no point in buying a tool that's we're only going to use once every 3 years. It makes more sense to get it leased out. So the tractor that we're running has got 300 horsepower. Let's just confirm that. It is, yeah, 301 horsepower. So we can probably get a good subsoiler for this. Now, I know some of them, like this one, would be perfect. It's 8 meters, but it's 435, so there's no way we're going to get that. I really like CRS Designs, Great Plains, and I think it's... I'm trying to remember the name now. It begins with an S, definitely. It's Simba. Now, this is stunning. Really good. And it would be perfect. But I've seen one that's a meter more. I think, for efficiency reasons, and the fact that it's cheaper, we should go with this one. 4.1 meters, 175 horsepower. It's a subsoiler, so it'll do the job. I think that has to be where we go. And like I said, we're only going to lease it. So, you know, it's 637 pounds for a 4 meter. Yeah, 4 meter subsoiler. It's not bad at all. That'll do a really good job. And, you know, that extra meter will go a long way. Before I actually go and take this, let's pick the animal transport or animal trailer. I've got this one that's pretty cool. I do like this. It's got 5 cows. That's got 6 cows. Right, so for £600 that was to lease. It's the animal trailer, the Eiffel Williams one that I've got. It's been customised. Yeah, that can hold 6 cows, which I think is perfect. And it's only 600 quid to lease out. So I think it's probably going to make more sense financially to have that on lease while we go and pick up some cows and do the drive than it is to pay the fee for each single cow that we end up buying. Because at least we have the option to keep it for a little bit longer, maybe even do double the trips, you know. So if we want to bring 6, or say we want to bring 10 cows in, it's 2 trips. And I think we'd start saving money by having it on lease if we do that. Now, what's going on here? Got some traffic building up. It's confused itself, it looks like. That'll sort itself out when we travel further away from it. But yeah, 4 metre subsoil is probably, you know, spot on for what we want to do. So we'll use the AI worker, even though it costs money, and we could, you know, we could technically be using, yeah, courseplay. I'm having issues with courseplay at the moment, and I've still not been able to figure out what the actual problem is. So while that's like that, we'll just let it do its thing. Hopefully, because pretty certain the fields will show that they need to be ploughed. As you can see, pretty much all the fields over this side do need to be ploughed, including the 2 that we're going to be working on. I'm hoping this will do a good job. Now, yeah, it's if we go over here, it is sorting out the need for plough status, which is great. But what I am mainly hoping for is the pH section on these ones here, where it's not very good. It could be the solution as well at the same time, so we'd have to wait and see on that one. But yeah, we'll let him crack on, and we'll go and get some cows. Now, it is a bit of a trek. It's actually the reverse drive of what I did in my preview or showcase video to the map. So at least I know where I'm going. It's a straightforward drive. There's only like 3 real long roads, basically. Should be a nice drive. Right, so let's take a look at this then. We're going to go for beef stock, a beef breed, basically. So we want to, well, starters, definitely. That one's obviously got amazing genetics. Metabolism is a really good one, but also the quality as well. So metabolism and quality is the one that's going to play the biggest part here. Anything like this, I mean, what is that? That's 13 months old. So that's, I mean, that's already really good, but I just don't want to, I don't want to get something that old. I probably want to be selling it around 13 months. So yeah, that's not quite where I want it to be. Now, £1,000 a bit too much as well, but I'd go for this one, 2 months, 5 months, but I think that genetics is just a bit, yeah, it's not the best, is it? I mean, if we're rearing him, it might not matter too much, so let's just, yeah, let's keep our, in fact, yeah, let's just do it. Let's get him and see what happens, eh? 7 months on that one, 5 months on that. I mean, you can see the price of this one's £1,000 already, so that's going to be a really good cow. And we've got our Herefords here. This one's brand new. We'll have that one. No problem at all there. 44 months. 64 on that one. So these are some old girls. Sorry, old bull. They're bulls, actually, so they're not girls. I'm just trying to think. That's not many, is it? I mean, how many have I done? Buy selected. So 6. To be honest, that's a trail load. it's not too bad. So at least we got 6. But yeah, I'll keep the trailer, and maybe when we go to the next in-game month or day, probably day, we'll see if we can get 6 more. But yeah, I'm happy that I've got 6 good cows. There's a couple there that are, you know, not amazing, but they're not too bad at all, are they really? So we'll drive back and get the ball rolling with this. I mean, what we could do is use a bit of auto drive, but the problem is I haven't even got a tractor at the farm anyway. I haven't even got a tractor at the farm to use to get the spray, to get the spreading of the lime done. So I'd have to wait till this gets back anyway. But I'll drive back. It won't take too long. It's a bit of a trek though, but it's a stunning drive on the way, so you've got no complaints. The new home for 6 cows. Hopefully they'll make me quite a bit of money. But let's bring him back. It looks like he's nearly done that field. He's done a smashing job. Oh, as I say that, it says completed the task. So very happy. I did have to change it because for some reason it detected it to be 4.2 when it's actually 4.1 meters. That's what it says in the store. So it was leaving weird lines, as you can see. Now, I'm hoping by changing it to 4.2 that'll... from 4.2 to 4.1 that'll sort that out. But I'm just glad that the field is done. It's a big task to get the field ploughed. Yeah, you can see that it's actually missing bits with the cultivator section of this subsoiler. So the front is a plough, and then the back side of it is a cultivator. So it should finished in the cultivated state, hence why it's kind of like a subsoiler. So at least, the most important thing is that is gone. The needs ploughing state. So I'm not too fussed about that, you know, because when we seed into it, that's all going to change anyway. And the field looks much better, you know, now that we've put lime on it and it's been subsoiled. These fields are going to be ready for oats now. I'm going to just do 4 fields of oats, and I want to plant it in over the winter. So we really need to get the ball rolling with this. But let's do this. So I've got it to 4.1. We'll start on the up and downs, but we'll do 4 on this. This is going to take some time. As you can see, it's a much bigger field. And in comparison to the other 2 as well, this is definitely not going to happen all in this episode. But we'll try and definitely get the lime spreading done. So that's out the way. But I am hoping to probably do... Yeah, I'll probably do all the subsoil in between this episode and the next. Come on. Come on, girl. She really does not want to get up this hill. I don't know why, because it's not like it's a massive load. But yeah, anyway, I was saying, getting distracted now by myself. I'm going to do all the subsoiling before the next episode, even if I have to kind of do it in between. So in the next one, we can get the planting done. Because after that, it's spraying. So we can fly through the months and also fly through rearing these cows up. There's not going to be much involvement really with this, so you know it's pretty cool. We can just let them have meadow grass, do a bit of mowing, give them a bit of hay or whatever, and that'll tie them over and get them in a good state. So yeah, very happy. But yeah, let's select all and unload. I don't know what's going on here. Animal unloading is not supported. Okay, that is very strange. Now it is. I don't know what had gone on then, but it didn't like it that time. So select all and then move the selected. And that now means that we have 6 cows roaming about. As you can see them, happy in this pasture area. And the meadow grass should start getting consumed and put into feed as time goes on. So, yeah, the more they feed, the more the weight goes up. The higher the weight goes up as they grow, the more value they have, and the more money they're going to make us. That's pretty much the aim of it. But I will keep an eye on it because we're sitting well now that we sold the plough. So we got 66,000. So I'm going to keep an eye on them. I want ideally to get another 6. Potentially, probably another 12 would be perfect. So I'm going to keep hold of this trailer. so we can get that done. But I need to make sure the cows are available first at the market for that to be a thing now. But we should make some serious cash if we do get up to, you know, 18 of them. I think 18 would be the perfect number. 12 should be the minimum. So, yeah. At least we got to 6 as of now, but we definitely need a bit more. Anyway, let's go and get some lime spread out in the 2 long fields down this road, or up this road. And hopefully the traffic will sort itself out as well at some point. Looks like it has. Finally. But yeah, it's a bit of a trek just to get back and fill up, and also because I haven't got probably enough to cover these 2 fields, I'm going to have to purchase some more, and at least then when I do, it's going to be closer to where we're actually working in the fields. So there is the positive of that, but yeah, plenty of work to get on now, and I think it's perfect for a bit of a time lapse. But we're going to have to come back to the farm, pick up the lime, fill up. When that's gone, buy some more, keep it at the store, fill up from there, and hopefully we can manage it where we buy enough for what we actually need. But if we have a bit left over, it's not too much of an issue. But I don't want to spend loads of money on buying things that I'm probably not going to use for at least 3 more harvests. I mean, I could use it on the grass fields, but yeah. For what we got now money-wise, I think we work with what, you know, we try and save as much cash as possible, basically be as efficient as possible. But this is a job that really needs doing, because I want to try and increase the yield. Last time round, looking at the amount of wheat we got, we actually didn't make, you know, too bad a number. So I'm very happy with what it potentially could be if we get the yield up to maximum. Now, I have seen a mod that I'm very tempted to use, and it's called the yield fluctuation mod. And it pretty much does exactly what it sounds like. It fluctuates your yield to make it a bit more realistic, because, you know, not every time round, even if you've got the perfect conditions and you've done lime and the pH is right and you've fertilized it, mulch, rolled, all that good stuff, you know, it shouldn't always be the exact same, because weather has an effect, and there's certain things that can just like affect like how well your crop's going to grow that year. So mainly it's like weather, the water, ground, temperature, sun, you know, things like that affect it. So I like the idea of the fluctuation, because you can actually get up to like 2.5% over. Now, if you think of that for a variation, just slightly going on a bit of a tangent here, but with the yield tracker, it makes a lot more sense then, because, you know, I think with this one we did, yeah, with field 3, for example, we did wheat and we got 56,000. Like, if we doubled that, so say we got a yield, and even though we did everything right again and all the hard work went into it, but we got this time around, because it's you know, the yield fluctuation mod is supposed to be a random effect on your fields, we could have got 2 times that, which would mean it's over 100,000 litres for that field. It was an amazing year. But then we could get down to 0.5, so we could actually lose quite a bit of it. So there's a positive to it, but there's also a negative. But I think it goes from 0.5 to 2.5. So if you have it up to 2.5, that's incredible. The only thing that's putting me off with it is I think 2.5 is too much. I'd probably want to change the way it fluctuates from like 0.5 to maybe 1.5. So it's, you know, either side, because I think it's too much of a mod that's going to benefit me than it is going to give me a negative. I'd like it to be a roll of a dice, 50-50, and it be, you know, half of my yield can be a hit or half of my yield can actually enhance. I think that's probably a bit more fair, because I would actually feel really bad playing the game if all of a sudden I've done exactly the same. One year I've got 56,000, but the year after I've got 150,000, which potentially, you know, could happen. I know it's a bit less than that, because 2.5, but you know what I'm saying. There's a potential for that to happen. So I think if I just change the numbers in it to 0.5 either side, I will start using that mod quite happily. I think it would be a really cool mod to try out whilst I'm doing, you know, an arable focus. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. But anyway, we've got a fair task here. We're gonna start lime spreading. I've got the 12 meter spread on this. It would have been nice to have the extended one, because we could fly through it a little bit more. But 12 meters is still a pretty decent width, working width to work in on this field. So yeah, I'm just hoping the line kind of goes, you know, far with it, because it is a fair task to get these two fields lined, and especially if we're traveling quite a bit in between. But I got plenty of time on my hands. I'm taking it easy. It's a nice Saturday for me. I know you guys are watching it in advance, and I've had a few comments already. Like, the second video has literally just dropped as I'm recording this, episode 2. So even though I'm recording episode 4 right now, episode 2 is just released. And I've had a few comments of people saying, where's the farmhand this weekend? And it sometimes makes me laugh, because I put posts out on my Discord, I put posts out on my channel, I make statements in my videos at the end about like when the farmhand, you know, if I'm taking a week's break. So yeah, just always, if the farmhand's not there, it's probably because you've missed a post somewhere that I've either put on my Discord, on my channel, or I've put it in the video at the end just to inform everybody that there's going to be a break. And it's mainly because I am going away with Beanie, which I've mentioned, and it's for my birthday. And also, it's the start of Season 3, so I needed to have a bit of a break in between. And I mean, it's only going to be 1 week, so not too long at all. But yeah, no farmhand. If you're watching this right now thinking, where's the farmhand? There's been no farmhand this weekend, just gone for you guys watching it. But it will return very soon, so keep an eye out for that. And it's going to be Season 3.
Your security our troubles behind.
I've always said that Farming Simulator is the therapeutic, and it is. It really is. I think that's why a lot of us play the game. We just chill out, and we don't mind going up and down, basically. I think that's pretty much it. But I got it done. Both fields are limed. In fact, way up now, boss man. Come on. Wowzer. I mean, to be honest, that's probably my fault. I should have looked left. But anyway, let's not. We're not going to acknowledge that. But no, I was saying that all fields are done. All fields are done for lime. I've got 2 fields pretty much sorted with the subsoiling. We've substituted the plough for a subsoiler. And if we have a look, there's some lines still. So that must just be how it is. But yeah, he's got 1 headland pass to finish off there, which isn't too bad. Ooh, there we go. Let's get back on the road. So, yeah, we just need to send him down here. This is going to be a task and a half, but it's got to be done. And, yes, it's 4 metres, so it's going to take quite a while. Took quite a while with field 19, really. But after that, it's seeding. We'll then do a bit of spraying, but I think the main focus next is seeding. And then probably a bit of grass work. I think I might just chop 6 and 5 and... I'm just trying to think, do I chop 6 and 5 whilst the worker's doing 3 and 2 in the next episode? Or, and stay in this in-game day? Or do I do a bit of a jump cut now where I get all the ploughing or subsoiling done, and then in the next episode we can do some seeding and then maybe focus on doing the grass work after it, just solely focus on grass work knowing that we've planted in the oats. I mean, that could be the way, because it is going to take quite a while to seed in 5 fields. And again, that's probably going to be something that I can't fit in all into one episode. So, yeah, really need to try and figure this out. I have got some lime still up at the store, so I should have picked that up and filled this up. So I'll make sure to do that. Yeah, we may as well just park this up for a second and turn it off. I'm going to wait until that field is done, which is very close, because then these 2 fields are sorted, completely sorted out. And what we could do, I'm just trying to think now, what would be the best option for the next episode? And the problem is, you guys are probably telling me in the comment section, but I'm making these videos in advance, so yeah. Like, I can't even get feedback from it, because, like, by the time I see these comments, it would have been, well, 4 or 5 days. So, yeah, it's the beauty of a brilliant map coming out when I'm about to go on holiday. And I want to make a load of videos ready to drop whilst I'm there. Let's try and figure this through. Logically, I can't fit loads into an episode, but the next episode is the last one I'm going to record before I actually put down the controller and go away for a bit. So I would like to get the oats planted in and then come back and have some grass work to do. So to get the oats planted in completely, I need to make sure every field is subsoiled. So I think the best thing to do is, let's just bring up the map to kind of figure this out. I think the best thing to do is keep the AR worker going in 3 and 2. I will then, the start of the next episode, I might start just planting in 7 and 19, try and get them done. And then we can focus on like maybe 5 and 6 and the mowing in the next episode. So I think as long as we just get 7 and 19 seeded in the next episode, make sure 3 and 2 is something I do in between after that. So going into like the grass work episodes, which will be after the next one, all the fields are planted in. I think that's going to be a good idea. And I can also go and get maybe another 6 calves as well. We can refresh the... if we go to... Where is it now? Game settings. And then if we go up to the realistic livestock mod, we can reset the animal dealer. And then what that should do is it should give us some more options here. Right, so that's all done. So before I even go and have a look at that, I'm going to go drive this down. Just quickly finish that bit off that he's missed there. Yeah, I'm going to go drive this down to the fields, get the ball rolling, because obviously the AR worker is going to be doing the majority of this whilst I'll probably jump into the next episode and we'll get some seeding done. It's nice to know these fields are all prepped though, and I've got the lime spread in the other ones. That's a task that we can get out of the way. I always think this is level enough to drive over, but I might actually put a level part in here and a bit of a track, because I mean, it is technically fine to drive over, but I think that might be a good spot for a drive through, just because we've got tracks down here and everything. So I might do that. Going back to what I was saying, yeah, we'll get the work going in this. We'll jump straight into the next episode. I'll start recording it and we can get some seeding done, get some oats in the ground. We're going to have to buy the oats, but I do need to go up to the store anyway. Now, thinking about it, I'm going to need this tractor as well, so more challenges there. It might be even difficult to do that, thinking about it. Yeah. The joys of having two tractors and only one that's powerful enough to run the seeder, this subsoiler, the baler, pretty much most of the stuff that... I mean, don't get me wrong, the little John Deere that I'm using is powerful as hell. We're doing some serious work with it, but we can't use it to plant in, and we can't use it to subsoil, and they're the two main jobs right now left. I mean, it's done a really good job of the spreading then for the lime, but yeah, still a lot of tasks left to do for it. Can we drive over that bit? Yeah, it looks like we can. It's not too bumpy, that isn't. Happy days. Right. Anyway, let's get this working. Get it going. Time is of the essence with this, really. And, yeah, we'll come up with a bit of a plan of attack. I've got to try and figure this out, really. I know I've got to pick up the lime, definitely, and pick up some more seeds. So I might fill that up with lime, get more seeds, and then let's do this right before we end the episode. Let's have a look to see how it's reset and see if it's been kind to us. I'm hoping it has. We are focusing mainly on young stock. So we got one there. I mean, that's very bad, isn't it, really, that one? That is pretty shocking. We've got this one. It's not bad, but it's 11 months, so £2,000, way too much. I want to try and maximise our, return. And these are just, like, there's only one there and the other one, but they're young, but the genetics are shocking, aren't they? This one's 9 months, really good, but that's too young. That's too old. I need to get lower. Like 7 months wouldn't be too bad. So I'm going to have to get that reset again and see if we can just get a nicer, some nice choices there. But I want to get about 18 in this. So 3 trailer loads, and we can return the trailer. I think that'll be a good idea. So I'll make sure I focus on that in the next episode as well, and then start doing some seeding in. But we're going to keep the AR worker going. I'm going to take a little bit of a break, have a bit of a brew, and even though you guys won't see the video straight after this one, I'm going to start recording it straight after this and hit the ground running on getting some oats in the ground and getting more cows on the farm. That has to be the plan. But one thing is for certain, I am absolutely loving this map at the moment and loving FS25 because of it. Yeah, we've got some plans, we've got serious things in place that we need to get done, but it's going well so far. I'm liking the kind of plan of attack. But on that note, I'm going to leave it there. So thank you so much for watching. Really do appreciate it. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, give it a thumbs up for me because that really does help me out. And also, if you're new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more videos just like this one on Farming Simulator. See you, everybody.